All right, so one thing that we wanted to kind of give you guys a kind of peek behind the window, behind the curtain of what it looks like. So Ashley handles all of the intake calls. She does all of the paperwork, gets as many questions answered in as much detail as possible. So I wanted to kind of pick up from that point of then what our conversation looks like prior to me going for inspections.
Yeah. So a lot of the times I'm giving Kyle insight into their financial situation, what he should be expecting because they weren't able to make those repairs. And I know that gets tricky, us sharing about and talking about your financial situation, but it really helps us understand if you're not making any income to deal with that plumbing repair or that soffit that's falling apart and you don't deal with it, it could be a huge issue. And so we're just looking at that and compared to what is the repair issue. So I'm also asking, as much as you can you explain to me what you're seeing? I know you may not be handy, but what are you experiencing with the repair? So that I can hand it over to Kyle going, okay, here's how old the home is. This is how much money they're not able to be able to put into a repair, and then here's what's going on with what they think is a problem.
Yeah. And then it's also very helpful for me because again we're a ministry first, and we do everything from an overflow of joy and peace and because of
Yes.
the gospel. And so for us to be able to talk through and I already kind of know the living situation, I know what family dynamics are, we know why they've gotten in the financial position that they're in. So it just gives us a big broad picture to be able to walk in best suited and best position to be able to help not just the physical need that's going on, but the spiritual need. And a lot of times there's so much just connection, and it makes my job easier because I'm the one walking into their home. And in a lot of cases, I'm the first person being invited in to a situation that they find really hard to live in. And so for me to have any of that input up front really does help. Or then also I think about some of our larger scale repairs. A lot of the times the homeowners have already gotten quotes. Those things are super helpful to us because then we already have a guide to kind of go off of okay, they're saying this much. And so that is having another professional opinion look at something. So again, we ask the questions not because we want to dig in financially or we want to dig into your past or any of those things, but where we get to matters and how we've gotten there
Yep.
matters. And so for us, it literally is a whole of the way that we try to look at it. So again, the details and the information, again, we don't want or need any of those things, but it helps us paint the big picture because your story matters and the way that we come alongside matters. And so we just want to do it the best that we can.